The Kansas City T-Bones proudly present T-Bones Baseball on the Air. Members of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball Clubs and home of fun well done. The T-Bones Broadcast Network is brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Now let's head out to the ballpark for the starting lineups and the first pitch with the voice of the T-Bones, Nathan Moore.
Welcome one and all to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We come to you live from Joplin, Missouri at Joe Becker Stadium as the T-Bones are here to start a 3-game series against the Blasters. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. The T-Bones coming to this matchup after winning last night's matchup against Laredo Lemur, splitting that 4-game series in Laredo. Their record is 24-29. They're 6.5 games back behind the division leader Lincoln Salt Dogs. The Salt Dogs will head to Laredo as well, taking our spot there to start a 3-game series. Joplin comes into this game with a 16-36 overall record. That is worse than the American Association. They are currently 17 games back behind Wichita in the South Division. They did split a 4-game series with Wichita in their last time out. On the mound for Joplin will be Alex De La Cruz. De La Cruz has not faced Kansas City this year. He's made 4 starts this season. He's 0 for 3, and he has struggled with a 10.26 ERA. In 16 and 2/3 innings pitched, he struck out 18 while walking 16. Tyson Gillies will be the first T-Bone to come up to bat. Gillies, of course, was ejected from yesterday's action, but not before he went 2 for 5. So far on this young road trip, Gillies is 4 for 13. Gillies has filled in nicely in the leadoff hole. The T-Bones have been struggling in that position all year. Starlin Rodriguez started the majority of the season up there, and since then, Tyson Gillies has come on and filled in perfectly, seeing a lot of pitches and just getting on base at a regular clip. On the season, he's batting .227. First pitch finds the outer half, called strike. He's batting .227, still searching for his first home run or RBI, but he has scored 3 runs while walking 3 times as well. De La Cruz delivers. Same spot, outer half, 0-2. Elsewhere in the American Association, like I said, Lincoln is at Laredo for that 3-game series. We're obviously here. Texas is playing at Sioux City. Gary South Shore at Winnipeg. So the next pitch is in the same spot, and Gillies goes down looking on 3 pitches to start the game. Fargo at St. Paul, Sioux Falls at Wichita, Lincoln at Laredo, like I previously stated. All those games getting set to start right about now as well. That opens the door for Brett Wiley. Wiley has been the hottest hitter in the American Association so far this past week, maybe even 2. So he's batting .331 with 4 home runs and 26 RBIs. He's currently riding a 4-game hitting streak, picking up a hit in all 4 of those games in Laredo. First pitch to Wiley is inside, 1-0. Last night, Wiley went 1 for 4. His most successful game came in the series opener against Laredo, 1-2 T-Bones loss, where he went 3 for 4. Wiley fouls it straight back, and now we're even at 1. And Wiley is batting .486 in his last 10 games with 2 home runs and 14 RBIs. In his last 5, he's batting .368, picking up 7 hits and 19 at-bats. The 1-1 from De La Cruz is outside, 2-1. Around the diamond, the Joplin Blasters are set up like this. Sean Smith in center, Mitch Glasser in right, Geraldo and Valentin behind is at first, Valerio behind the dish, Gomez at short, Tierney getting the start at third, Kruger in left, Polston at short, and Casey Huth getting started at second. The 2-1, Wiley fouls it back again, 2-2. Brett Wiley, of course, coming over from the St. Louis Cardinals organization. Wiley also attended Jefferson College here in Missouri, the Huntington, Indiana native. comes in at 5'10", 175 pounds. Was drafted in the 13th round of the 2012 draft by the Cardinals. Next pitch is way inside, and we're now full to Wiley. On deck for Kansas City's number 10, Jake Blackwood. Last season, Wiley saw time at high A, double A, and triple A. Altogether, he batted .230, picking up 32 RBIs and scoring 36 runs. Here comes the payoff pitch from De La Cruz. Wiley bloops it back to the pitcher's mound. And for the routine 1-3 putout, the T-Bones are down. First two batters, first two outs. That'll bring up the ever so dangerous Jake Blackwood. Blackwood, of course, one of the more powerful hitters to ever go through this league, as shown by his 2010 successful campaign with Kansas City, where he won the Northern League Player of the Year when he batted .331 with 31 home runs and 86 RBIs. So far this season, Blackwood is batting .302 with 11 home runs. First pitch to Blackwood is outside, 1-0. Those are last season stats. You'll excuse me. Last season he batted .302 with 11 home runs and 64 RBIs. So far this season, he's batting .250 with 7 home runs and 37 RBIs. 1-0 to Blackwood. Is inside. He gets out of the way in time. 2-0 Blackwood now. Blackwood did struggle during his time in Laredo in the 4-game series. Going a combined 1 for 13. He takes the next pitch and sends it out to left field. That's a no-doubt home run into the bleachers. Jake Blackwood picking up his 8th home run of the season. Just a line drive, solo home run, putting the T-Bones ahead early, 1-0. Like I've been saying since I've started broadcasting, Jake Blackwood is a dangerous hitter, and right there he proves exactly why. And here comes another dangerous hitter in Anthony Gallus. Gallus, of course, coming over from this Cleveland Indians organization. Been seeing a lot of time at DH this season, and I'm sure that has nothing to do with his glove. It's just the fact that he plays corner outfield, and the T-Bones are absolutely stacked at that position. First pitch to Gallus. Touches the inner half. He's behind. No balls, 1 strike. Gallus is batting .202 this season, but leading the team in home runs with 9. He also has 21 RBIs. Next pitch is low. We're now even at 1. Gallus also struggled in Laredo, going a combined 1 for 13. He did score 3 runs as well. His most successful day came on July 12th, the second game of that series, where he went 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He lines a drive into the Joplin dugout, and it pops right back out. Everybody appears fine. Obviously, the T-Bones want to keep an eye on that, as Jesus Poso lined a foul ball into the T-Bones dugout yesterday and hit first base coach John West in the eye. I asked John West about it, and all he could say is you should see the other guy. Here comes the 1-2 to Gallus. Gallus fouls it off down the third baseline again to stay alive. Gallus has been struggling. His last multi-hit game coming in the series at Sioux Falls, where he picked up 2 multi-hit games. His last home run coming in those 2 games as well. A 1-2 from De La Cruz is outside. Now we're even at 2. Gallus is a large presence in the box, coming in at 6'2", 230 pounds. Originally from Kent State University in Kent, Ohio. He was born in Cleveland, went to high school just outside of Cleveland, and then spent the large part of his professional career with the Cleveland Indians. The 2-2, Gallus sends to left field. Left fielder retreating, but he'll bring it in easily. But not before the T-Bones get a run back, thanks to a solo home run by Jake Blackwood, as the T-Bones lead 1-0 through half an inning here in Joplin on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. On the mound for Kansas City is the 6'6", 230-pound right-hander David Holman. Holman, of course, spending the large part of his professional career in the Seattle Mariners organization. So far this season, he is 3-3 with a 5.44 ERA and 44 2/3 innings pitched, 10 appearances, 8 starts. He struck out 16 and walked 20. Holman is a pitch-to-contact guy, just going for the ground out. First pitch to Sean Smith is a called strike. On the season, Smith is batting .172 in 29 at-bats in this revolving door here in Joplin. Next pitch is inside. Now the count is even at 1. Smith has scored 4 runs in his limited time here in Joplin. Fastball that finds the outer half. Now Smith is behind 1-2. The Joplin lineup goes like this. Sean Smith leading off. Mitch Glasser follows him. Geraldo Valentine, Charlie Valerio, Edwin Gomez, Brandon Tierney, Mark Kruger, Alex Polston. As Smithson's at the left, Gillies retreating. He's at the fence, and that's up and out of here as Sean Smith answers quickly with his own solo home run, his first of the season here in Joplin.
Now batting the second baseman, number 22, Mitch Glasser.
That's Smith's first home run of the season. That's the 4th that David Holman has given up all years. Mitch Glasser comes on now. First pitch to Glasser's inside, 1-0. Glasser is batting .307 this season in 176 at-bats. He does have a lone home run to 24 RBIs. Next pitch, Glasser fouls it back, and now we're even at 1. T-Bones defense lines up like this. Sergio Leon at third, Vladimir Frias at short. Next pitch is high, 2-1. Brett Wiley at second, Jake Blackwood at first. Outfield left to right, Gillies, Massey, and Rodriguez, with Steve Swingle getting the start behind the dish. 3 catchers here in Kansas City. It's always a mystery to see who's going to see it. Mitch Glasser sends that down to third baseline. Sergio Leone, diving stop, fires to Blackwood for the impressive first out. Sergio Leone, of course, being a former Blaster, also being a former T-Bone and a current T-Bone again, flashing the leather, and he's returned to Joe Becker Stadium.
All right, Blasters fans.
Geraldo Valentin comes on now for the Blasters.
Number 12, Geraldo Valentin.
Valentin, of course, one of the better hitters here in Joplin, batting .335 and 197 at-bats. First pitch strike from Holman, breaking ball. Valentin also leads the team in home runs with 5 and RBIs with 32. The 0-1 to Valentin. Valentin's bat shatters. Holman bobbles it at the mound. Valentin being lazy and not running it out. And he'll be thrown out on the 1-3 putout. After the solo home run giving up to start the game, David Holman doing what he does best and inducing ground balls. That brings up Charlie Valerio, as Holman's now working quickly. Valerio's batting .291 with 175 at-bats. He's also got 4 home runs and 25 RBIs, both of those second on the team. He also strikes out at a heavy clip, striking out 29 times this season, which is also second on the team. Valerio taking his time getting into the box. First pitch to Valerio, fastball in the outer half, called strike. The 0-1's high and inside. That'll even the count now at 1. Valerio lines that to right field. That's fair, just barely. Rodriguez tracking it. It's on the hill in the corner. Valerio getting sent to second. Rodriguez gets it in quickly, and Valerio jogs into second with a 2-out double. Steve Swingle will come out and talk to David Holman. Holman's already given up 2 hits and 1 run, both extra base hits in this inning. With 2 down, Edwin Gomez comes on now. Gomez was drafted by the Detroit Tigers in the 4th round of the 2009 draft out of the Puerto Rico Baseball Academy. He did not spend much time there. From only 3 years in that organization, he eventually moved to Houston and struggled there and has since played with Fort Worth, Sugar Land, and Sioux Falls. First pitch to Gomez is outside, 1-0. Last season, in his time with Sugar Land and Sioux Falls, Gomez batted .184 in only 87 at-bats, picking up 1 home run and 6 RBIs. Fastball low again. And now 2-0. So far this season, Gomez is batting .313 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs as he fouls the next pitch back and out of play. It's now 2-1 to Gomez. This would be a huge out for Kansas City as they cannot let the former T-Bone Brandon Tierney come on with the runners in scoring position. Here comes the 2-1. Gomez fouls it back again, and now we're even at 2 as David Holman searching for the punch-out. He's not a strikeout pitcher, but I don't think he would be angry if he got one here. And Gomez goes down swinging as Holman works out of trouble with the runner on second. Laredo gets 1 run on 2 hits, no T-Bones errors, and they strand a runner on base. We're tied at 1 through 1 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We're tied at 1 as we get set to begin the visiting half of the second inning here in Joplin. Jake Blackwood launched a solo home run in the top of the first, but sadly enough was followed by a leadoff solo home run by Sean Smith of Joplin, tying the game at 1. Tyler Massey will get things started here. Tyler Massey, of course, being a 14th round draft pick out of Chattanooga, Tennessee by the Colorado Rockies. First pitch to Massey is outside, 1-0. Massey having a very successful road trip so far. So he fouls that next pitch back and out of play. We're even at 1. Massey has gone a combined 7 for 15 so far with 3 runs scored, 1 extra base hit. He's also picked up an RBI along the way while swiping 2 bags. 1-1, Massey sends out to center field. Should be easy for Smith. It appears that it is. He squeezes it for the first out.
For 15 minutes. So Blaster fans,
now batting for Kansas City is Starlin Rodriguez. Rodriguez getting limited time on this road trip so far, as he is 2 for 9 with a run scored. He led off to start the series, but then Tyson Gillies took over for him. First pitch from De La Cruz is a changeup. It's in the middle of the zone, 0-1. So far this season, Rodriguez is batting .255 with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. He's also scored 20 runs, mostly coming out of the leadoff hole. He's also had 152 at-bats. Rodriguez fouls it back, and he's behind 0-2. Last season, Rodriguez saw 140 at-bats after coming over from the Wingnuts. While in Kansas City, he batted .300 with 1 home run and 8 RBIs while scoring 27 runs. He's surely going to eclipse that mark. We're not even at the All-Star break yet. The 0-2 is outside, 1-2. Starlin Rodriguez, of course, coming over from the St. Louis Cardinals organization as well, before he found his way to independent ball. Rodriguez spent 5 seasons in the Rockies organization, so that fastball is low and evens the count at 2. Rodriguez first came into the Atlantic League for independent ball, then moved to the American Association, where he's been ever since. Rodriguez will get hit on the left shoulder with a fastball, and he'll wear it with a proud badge, and that puts a runner on first with 1 down.
Now batting shortstop number 11, Vladimir Frias.
Vladimir Frias comes on now, the fan favorite in Kansas City. Frias had been struggling on the road trip, going hitless in the first 2 games and 1 for 3. Then yesterday he finally turned it on, going 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs in that Kansas City 4-2 victory. Jordan Cooper took the win for Kansas City, his 3rd of the season. Mark Haynes also picked up his 11th save along the way. First pitch to Frias. He lines it in right field. That's down the line. Rodriguez has speed. He'll go to 3rd. Frias will round first, but ultimately stay. And it'll be runners on the corners now with 1 down. Now here comes the former ACCAC all-conference player during his junior college time at Mesa Community College, Steve Swingle. Swingle, of course, moved on to Grand Canyon University and then finally Cameron University, and so far the rookie is batting .230 this season and only 61 at-bats. He's also picked up 2 home runs and 7 RBIs, one of those home runs coming on the 12th in Laredo. His only time that he's seen action on this road trip. He went 2 for 4 with a run scored with that home run and 2 RBIs. First pitch, Swingle grounds it foul, almost to the T-Bones dugout. He's behind, no balls, 1 strike. The 1 from Swingle. A throw over to get Frias at first. Frias back safely. Frias was thrown out on a disputed pickoff last night. He about lost his cool, but ultimately found it and stayed in the game. It's the 2nd time this season that Frias has been caught on a pickoff. Close play, just barely back as Frias was leaning to 2nd. Throw over from De La Cruz, tagged just a little late from Valentin at first. Swingle will step back into the box now. Still only 1 out after Frias is back safely. Runners on the corner. Rodriguez on 3rd. Frias on 1st. De La Cruz comes set. Fires home. Quick delivery. And Swingle fouls it back. Now he's behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Swingle is a favorite of manager John Mazzarelli. He, of course, finding his way back from the disabled list for his first action back on July 12th after his previous action on June 27th at home against Fargo when he went 1 for 3. Then Swingle will go down swinging for the 2nd out of the inning. Bringing up the 9-hole hitter and former Joplin blaster Sergio Leon. Sergio Leon, of course, being released by Kansas City earlier in the year. And then he was brought back as part of a trade that sent Brandon Tierney to Joplin. He's getting the start today at 3rd. And Josh Hodges to Kansas City. Josh Hodges getting the start tomorrow for Kansas City. During his time here in Joplin, Leon batted 190 in 42 at-bats, picking up 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. First pitch strike in there to Leon. No balls, one strike. Leon, fooled by the breaking ball, comes up empty, and he's behind 0-2. Leon had a big game last night, going 1 for 4 and driving home a pivotal run in that 2-run T-Bones win. Former Marshall Thundering Herd stands in at 5'10", 183. Right-handed batter. Still runners on the corners with 2 down. De La Cruz checks on Frias. Frias with the small lead just steps on the bag, and he's back safely. Oh, De Leon is inside. 1-2. Frias runs. Looked as if it was going to be a hit and run. Throw down. Ball's out of the glove. Frias is safe. Rodriguez scores. Frias slow to get up. Kansas City retakes the lead 2-1. And Frias still holding his arm as he's standing about where the shortstop is, as trainer Troy heads out there to go check on him. Frias was hit by a pickoff attempt 2 games ago in Laredo, diving back to third. It hit him in the back of the helmet. He turned out to be fine there. As they check on Frias, I'll take a quick break. Stay tuned to the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Vladimir Frias picking up the stolen base. Starlin Rodriguez also scoring on the throwdown. Frias picks up his 11th stolen base of the season, which ties the team lead. One-two to Leon is down in the zone. Leon goes down swinging, but not before the T-Bones retake the lead, thanks to Starlin Rodriguez. T-Bones lead 2-1 through 1.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, You must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Former T-Bone Brandon Tierney will lead things off here in the second inning. Tierney was part of the trade that sent Josh Hodges to Kansas City. First pitch, and Tierney gets hit by David Holman. Throws the bat down. He's not happy. And home plate umpire Trent Delmont will put warnings on both pitches. On both benches, pardon me. As the former T-Bone hit by the first pitch he sees.
Blaster band, let's make some noise for your right fielder, number 27, Mark Kruger.
Mark Kruger coming up to bat for Joplin. A lot of new faces on this Blasters team since they were at Kansas City. Mark Kruger being one of them. Spent some limited time here in Joplin, this being his 7th game of the season. In his 6th game, he's batting .444, going 8 for 18 with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Kruger is a rookie out of Utah Valley University. Next pitch is lined into the T-Bones dugout for the 2nd straight game. Hopefully everybody is fine after yesterday John West, in a situation just like that, was hit in the eye on the fly. It's always kind of funny to watch the scramble in there as long as nobody gets hurt. 1-1 count now to Kruger. Kruger is a big boy at 6'5", 225 pounds. That's in the dirt. Blocked by Swingle. Tierney remains at first. 2-1 count.
All right, Blaster fans, let's turn up the noise.
Holman delivers the 2-1. Breaking ball is just high, 3-1, and Swingle will go out and talk to his pitcher. Some people may speculate that Brandon Tierney getting hit by that first pitch may have been intentional. I wouldn't see why, as Tierney was a stand-up guy during his time in Kansas City. Couldn't find a bad thing to say about him. Holman has been struggling with control issues for the majority of the season. It's no different today so far in this early game. Granted, things can turn around, as Holman has the tools to do it. (3-1) from Holman. Fastball that gets fouled straight back, and now the count is full. On deck for Joplin is number 51, Alex Polston. The payoff pitch from Holman. Breaking ball that just misses outside, I guess. And now Kruger will walk, putting runners on first and second. Still no one down.
All right, Blaster fan. Let's make some noise by welcoming up your shortstop, number 51,
Alex Polston steps on now for Joplin. Polston is a rookie out of Oklahoma Christian University. First pitch, he shows bunt, lays it down, but it goes foul. This is the 8th game of Polston's professional career. He's batting .3 for 21, coming out to an average of 143. He does have 1 home run and 1 RBI. Last time out, he went 0 for 2 against Wichita. The 0-1 from Holman. Polston showing bunt again. That's up around his face. Polston appears to have gotten away out of the time. He tries to play it off, but he got hit. Trent Delmont sending him back. But did Polston pull it back is the real question. Manager Gabe Suarez coming out to talk. Suarez with some quick words. Delmont will turn back behind the dish. Trent Delmont, of course, being a long-time umpire in this league and demands the respect that he gets. One ball, one strike. Polston fouls it straight back, and now he's behind 1-2. Today's umpires crews Trent Delmont behind the dish. Jerry Martinez at third and Marty Bauer at first. Jerry Martinez and Marty Bauer were also part of the crew in Laredo. The next pitch is outside, and now the count's even at 2. Trent Delmont was not there. We saw Gilbert Sines as the other member of that crew. The 2-2. Broken bat that gets sent into the dugout of Joplin, but it's fouled back. Everyone appears to be fine in the Blasters dugout. It appeared that it was broken, but it was just the full bat that came out of his hands and went straight into the dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Polston. Runners on first and second. Still no one out. So I guess the least safe place in the American Association is the dugout. Here comes the 2-2 from Holman. Polston chops it to Leon at third. Leon can't handle it, and Polston will reach on the air. That'll load the bases for the bottom of the lineup. Has officially been ruled an E5. Leon struggled with the glove in Laredo. It's just continued struggle here in Joplin. Like I said earlier, plenty of new names on this Blasters roster since they were last in Kansas City. Casey Huth, another one. Huth, a rookie out of West Virginia University. First pitch, Huth fouls it straight back. Last night, Huth went 3 for 3, reaching base in all 4 of his plate appearances against Wichita. So far this season, he's batting .259 and 27 at-bats. He does have 1 run scored, and that's it. The 0-1 is high. Sweet chin music backs Huth off, and now the count is even at 1.
All right, Blaster fans, bases are loaded, so let's load Joe Becker Stadium full of noise.
The 1-1 is out to left field. Gillies retreating. He's on the warning track. Tierney tagging up at third. Gillies firing home. He's got a strong arm. But Vladimir Frias will cut it off, and now we're tied once again at 2. That's the first professional RBI for Casey Huth. Joplin scoring a run this inning without surrendering a hit. But now it'll be the top of the lineup, Sean Smith. Last time Smith was up, he had a leadoff solo home run to tie the game at 1 in the first. Since then, each team has scored a run, and now we're tied at 2. First pitch to Smith is high, 1-0. Smith sends the next pitch out to right field. Rodriguez tracking it at the line. He brings it in. Runner on second, tags and advances, putting runners on the corners now with 2 down. The sacrifice no longer in order.
Blaster fans, let's welcome up your second baseman, number 22.
That brings in Mitch Glasser. You know, they kind of missed out on the golden opportunity of calling Mitch the Blaster Glasser, but I'm not going to let them steal that from me. Glasser is 0 for 1 today after grounding out to third in the first. First pitch, Glasser sends to center field. Massey on his horse. It drops in front of him, and Joplin now takes a 3-2 lead. He picks up an RBI single. David Holman struggling early, giving up 3 runs in 2 innings on only 3 hits.
Blaster fans, let's make some noise for your first baseman, number 12, Geraldo Valentin.
Geraldo Valentin coming on now for Joplin. Valentin grounded back to the pitcher's mound in the first. First pitch to Valentin is way inside, backs him off, 1-0. And now Bill Sobey will come out and talk to his pitcher, who's been struggling with his control all game. Be right back to these short messages from our sponsors here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Runners on first and second in the bottom of the second. Geraldo Valentin up to bat for Joplin. First pitch to Valentin, to called strike right down the middle. Valentin has spent some time in the Kansas City Royals organization, spending 1, 2, and 3 seasons. Make that 4 and 5 seasons, actually, in Kansas City's organization, reaching as high as AA. Next pitch, Valentin sends out to center field. Massey finds it immediately, and he'll bring it in for the third and final out. But not before Joplin retakes the lead, 3-2, on only 1 hit in that inning. They still leave 2 on base, and we'll go to the top, to the visiting half of the third. See the top of the lineup for Kansas City: Gillies, Wiley, and Blackwood here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Tyson Gillies will lead things off here in the third. Gillies shows bunt but pulls it back. Pitches outside, 1-0 to Gillies. Gillies struck out looking to start the game in the first. A 1-0 to Gillies. Gillies gets under it and sends it high and out of play. And count's now even at 1. Tyson Gillies, a longtime member of the Philadelphia Phillies organization and a little bit of time with the Seattle Mariners. He was drafted by the Mariners in the 25th round out of 2006 at the R.E. Mountain Secondary School in Langley, British Columbia. Next pitch is a fastball in the outer half called strike, 1-2. Gillies reached AAA on 2 occasions, both times with the Phillies. He also won a gold medal in the 2015 Pan Am Games with Team Canada. And Gillies goes down swinging, his second strikeout of the game. That's the third strikeout in a row for De La Cruz.
Now batting second baseman number 16, Brett Wiley.
Coming up now is Brett Wiley. Wiley is 0 for 1 today, after grounding back to the pitcher's mound in the first. De La Cruz getting some form of orders from Brandon Tierney at third. First pitch from De La Cruz. Wiley checks the swing, doesn't mean to hit it, but he sends it down the line to Tierney. And Brett Wiley is tagged out at first after the wild throw from Tierney. Brings Valentine off the bag, but then they lay the tag on. And Jake Blackwood finds his way back into the box. Blackwood is 1 for 1 today, launching a solo home run in the first inning. First pitch to Blackwood is high, 1-0. Blackwood with plenty of power in his bat, usually stands in the on-deck circle at the sledgehammer and swings that around as he is the consummate man's man. So 1-0, Blackwood gets under it and sends it to right field. Kruger will find it and bring it in for the third out as the T-Bones go down in order and trail 3-2. We'll head to the home half of the third and see Valeria, Gomez, and Tierney for the Blasters. Stay tuned to the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. Charlie Valerio will get things started here in the second inning. Valerio doubled in the first, but was ultimately stranded at second. He is 1 for 1 today and one of the hotter hitters in the league as well. First pitch, breaking ball that's high and outside, 1-0 to Valerio. The 1-0's a breaking ball that finds the zone. Counts now even at 1. Charlie Valerio's last 10 games, batting .262 with a home run and 5 RBIs. The 1-1 is a breaking ball that finds the zone as well, 1-2. The 1-2 from Holman is outside, and that'll even the count now at 2. Not much wind here in Joplin, rather dead actually. On this humid day as Kansas City finds their way back up from the dry heat in South Texas to southern Missouri. Valerio hits into the shift where Leon is waiting for it and fires over for the routine 5-3 putout. Edwin Gomez coming up to bat now for Joplin. Gomez struck out swinging to start the game. Gomez has struggled throughout his career, this being really his best season of professional baseball. First pitch to Gomez finds the bottom half, 0-1. Gomez, of course, was a 4th-round draft pick by the Detroit Tigers. And to put it bluntly, has to be considered a bust. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. 1-1, pardon me. Gomez takes the next pitch and sends it to center as he heard what I said, but Tyler Massey agrees with me and brings it in for the second out. That brings up the Joplin Blaster, Brandon Tierney. I wanted to say that just once to see how weird that sounded. Tierney, of course, a former Kansas City T-Bone, starting the season at Community America Ballpark. First pitch to Tierney is low, 1-0. Tierney was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat in the second, but he did come around to score. Next pitch, Tierney sends out to right center. Rodriguez and Massey tracking it. Massey calls them off and brings it in as Kansas City sends the Blasters down in order, returning the favor. We'll head to the fourth inning and see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Gallus, Massey, and Rodriguez for Kansas City on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We get set to begin the fourth as the T-Bones trail 3-2 here in Joplin. Anthony Gallus will get things started. Gallus is 0 for 1 today after flying out to left field in the first. First pitch to Gallus. As a fastball that's low and inside, 1-0. The 1-0, Gallus checks a swing that said he went, and now the count is even at 1. Gallus is still young at 28 years old, spending his entire career in Ohio as he grounds to Glasser, and Glasser throws over for the routine 4-3 putout for the first out. Tyler Massey steps in now for Kansas City. Massey being the more reliable hitter in the T-Bones lineup for the most part of the season. So we've seen him lead off, bat second, bat third. I believe we've even seen him bat fourth, and now he finds us home at fifth. First pitch from De La Cruz is low, 1-0. Massey flew out to right field in the second inning. He's only at bat of the game so far. So he's 0 for 1. Here comes the 1-0 from De La Cruz. Fastball is just outside, and now Massey's ahead 2-0. Tyler Massey is the example of what you want out of a baseball player with a filthy glove in center field. He covers a lot of ground, gets on base at a healthy clip as he rolls over and grounds softly to Tierney at third. Strong throw gets Massey, and the T-Bones have now been retired in 2 quick outs. Starlin Rodriguez finds his way to the plate now. Rodriguez was hit by a pitch in the second inning, and he came around to score. As Rodriguez was walking into the box, Charlie Valerio bumped him as there is going to be some form of bad blood between these two teams. First pitch to Rodriguez as a breaking ball that finds the zone 0-1.
And that is one on the board.
0-1 to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it down the left field line, but foul. And now he's behind. No balls, 2 strikes. And this place is going to get fairly loud here on Thundersticks days, with everybody below me happen to have a Thunderstick, and annoyingly so. As Starlin Rodriguez is the strikeout player of the game, the fans getting some sort of prize if he does. Here comes the 0-2 from De La Cruz. And Starlin Rodriguez goes down swinging.
And there it is, folks. That was
As the T-Bones go down in order yet again for the second straight inning. And they trail 3-2. As we head to the home half of the fifth here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Mark Kruger leading things off here in the fifth inning for Joplin. Kruger was walked in the second inning as he pops that sky high. Vladimir Frias looking for it, so Sergio Leon. Frias waving him off and brings it in fair territory, just barely, for the very quick first out. Alex Polston steps in now for Joplin. Joplin reached on an error by Sergio Leon in the second inning, but he could only reach as far as second base. First pitch from Holman to Polston. It was a breaking ball, a curved ball that misses, I guess, kind of low. 1-0. The 1-0 is a fastball that looked like it was a little low. Makeup call probably, and the count is now even at 1. The 1-1 is just low again. Polston's ahead, 2-1. The 2-1 is inside, and now it's 3-1 to Polston. Polston fouls it off, and now the count is full. On deck for Joplin is number 17, Casey Huth. And Polston will walk on the low and away fastball. as now 7 of 9. Blasters have reached base.
Blaster fan, let's give it up for your left fielder, number 17, Casey Hutt.
Casey Hutt up now after sacrificing himself in the second on a sac fly to left field, picking up the RBI. Holman checks on Polston at first, Polston back standing. Hutt will ground that past the diving Frias, and now Casey Hutt puts runners on first and second, picking up his first hit of the day out of the 9-hole. That'll be the top of the lineup, Sean Smith. Smith is 1 for 2 today after, of course, the leadoff solo home run in the first, answering a Jake Blackwood solo home run in the first. Since then, Joplin has taken a 3-2 lead as we're here in the 5th. First pitch to Smith is fouled back, and he's behind. No balls, 1 strike. Sean Smith, the longtime Independent League travel man, spent last season with York when he batted .193. He has seen time in the American Association in 2012 with Wichita, Gary, South Shore, and Lincoln. The 0-1, Smith grounds to Frias. Frias underhands to Leon at third. And close play at the bag. They're going to call Polston safe as Smith reaches on the fielder's choice. Everybody disagreeing for the T-Bones. John Mazzarelli stays in the dugout.
All right, Blaster fans, let's amp up the noise.
Sean Smith officially reaching on a fielder's choice. Mitch Glasser comes on now. Last time we saw him, he roped an RBI single. And he comes on now with the bases loaded and 1 down. Glasser is 1 for 2 today with that RBI. Glasser grounds it to Leon. Out of Leon's glove, steps on the bag, gets the runner out, but the run will score as Polston touches home, extending the Joplin lead 4-2. Geraldo Valentin coming up to bat now for Joplin. Valentin is 0 for 2 today, something that not many teams in the American Association can say about him, as he is one of the top hitters in the league as well, leading Joplin in just about every major category. Home run and RBIs, most notable. Runner on second goes, Valentin fouls it off. Smith still dives in, even with the ball fouled off already. 0-1 count now to Valentin. Smith walking back slowly to the second base bag. David Holman staring him down the whole way. No balls, 1 strike to Valentin. 6 hits for Joplin so far, 4 runs. 3 hits for Kansas City so far, and 2 runs. Here comes the 0-1. Finds the outer half, called strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Valentin. Kansas City trying to induce the double play, something that David Holman is rather good at, being a ground ball pitcher. When you think of David Holman, you almost want to think of Chris Young with the height and ground ball capabilities. Low in the dirt, Swingle blocks it. Now it's 1-2. Swingle taking his time getting up gingerly. Trent Delmelt will come out and talk to David Holman on the mound. Steve Swingle gives the okay to Trent Delmont that everything is fine after Delmont walks back from the mound. We'll restart this at bat 2-2 to Valentine. Holman looks off the runners, but double steal. Valentine goes down swinging for the third out. But not before Joplin brings the run home on one hit. They strand two on as the T-Bones trail 4-2 through four complete here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Well, welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. It's the T-Bones trail 4-2 as we get set to begin the fifth. Vladimir Frias will lead things off. Frias singled in the second. He's 1 for 1 today. First pitch to Swingle. To Frias, finds the outer half, 0-1. The 0-1 from De La Cruz is a breaking ball, called strike. Frias behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 from De La Cruz. It's high. Frias now clawing back with the count 1-2. Saw plenty of that in the third game of the 4-game series at Laredo. Barrett Laux got the start in that for the Lemurs. Laux had the T-Bones behind 0-2 on numerous occasions, but on 4 separate as Vladimir Frias bloops out to left field. It'll drop, and Frias picks up his second hit of the day. Rounds first hard. Stumbles going back to first, but he's back in there safely. Steve Swingle will come on now. Swingle is 0 for 1 today after striking out swinging in the second. Swingle was shaken up in the last half inning, but he said that he was fine and immediately hopped right back into action. De La Cruz taking his time, but so is Swingle. First pitch from De La Cruz is outside, 1-0. The 1-0 count to Swingle. The 1-0 rolls over, gets past the first baseman. Swingle running it out. Frias will be safe at second. There would have been some trouble had Valerio grounded that cleanly, as that may have started the double play, but he does not. And Vladimir Frias advancing into scoring position. Now batting for Kansas City is Sergio Leon. Leon, of course, the former Blaster, former T-Bone, and now current T-Bone again, as he started the season with the Kansas City T-Bones, was released, signed by the Blasters, and he was traded back to Kansas City as part of the deal that sent Josh Hodges to Kansas City and Brandon Tierney to Joplin. First pitch from De La Cruz is low, 1-0. Nice block by Geraldo Valentin to keep Frias at second. De La Cruz comes set with the 1-0. Gets set, fires. Leon sends it to second base where it's lined out. Frias back safely at second base. Mitch Glasser might have been able to double up Vladimir Frias, but Polston didn't cover the bag in time. And we'll see the top of the order as Vladimir Frias is still in scoring position. Tyson Gillies finds his way to the bag. Gillies is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. This will be the 4th at-bat for Gillies with runners in scoring position this season, as he's yet to pick up a hit or an RBI in either situation. First pitch to Gillies. He grounds hard down the first baseline, but just barely foul, and he's behind. No balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. Gillies sticks his bat in the zone at the breaking ball and comes up empty. He's behind. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 is high to Gillies. Now he has another chance, a 1-2. De La Cruz comes set with the 1-2 strike count. It's in the dirt, now the count is even at 2. They asked to see if Gillies went around, but the bat barely left his shoulder. They say he does not, now the count is even at 2. Here comes the 2-2 as Tyson Gillies pops it straight in the air. Huth will bring it in after it comes down in a mile for the 3rd out as Kansas City gets a runner in scoring position, but they strand him there as they still trail 4-2. And we'll head to the home half of the 5th and see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Blasters here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Heathwood Oil Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. T-Bones trail 4-2 during the home half of the fifth. Charlie Valerio steps in now. Valerio's 1 for 2. He would hit a double in the first. He also grounded out in the third to the third baseman. David Holman still out there for the T-Bones. First pitch from Holman. It's sent back up the middle. Wiley ranges over and covers it and fires it to Blackwood for the 4-3 routine. First out. I think I'd be able to say routine with anything that Brett Wiley does at second base, with his glove immaculate this season. Edwin Gomez coming up to bat now for the Blasters. Gomez, the former fourth-round draft pick by the Tigers, is 0 for 2 today. First pitch to Gomez is in the dirt and away, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. It's in the same spot in the dirt and outside, 2-0. David Holman has been having troubles with his control today. 2-0 is outside and it's 3-0. Holman has walked 2 in the 22 batters that he's faced. Giving up 4 runs, only 3 of those have been earned. Here comes the 3-0 from Holman. It's in the dirt, and Holman walks Gomez on 4 pitches. Brandon Tierney coming on now for Joplin. Tierney is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the second and came around to score.
Blaster fans, let's welcome up your third baseman, number 2, Brandon Tierney.
Holman checks on the runner first. He's back standing. First pitch to Tierney is a called strike. Kansas City wearing their road grays with the oxblood lettering. Joplin wearing the gold tops with the black sleeves and black pants with the black lettering. Holman taking his time. The 0-1 to Tierney is fouled back, and Tierney's now behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Brandon Tierney did strike out a heavy amount in Kansas City, but he also hit the ball a very decent amount, batting .300 by the time Kansas City traded him. And I'm sure that was just a business decision, as there was no room anymore. During Brandon Tierney's time in Kansas City, he batted .323 in 164 at-bats, picking up 1 home run and 15 RBIs. And like I said, he struck out 27 times while walking 6. The 0-2 to Tierney is in the dirt before it even reaches the dirt, so it's in the grass. Swing bounces off his chest protector, And Gomez will advance to second on the wild pitch, taking away the double play. That ball was practically spiked from David Holman. Here comes the 1-2. Tierney grounds to Frias at short. Frias, strong throw, gets him for the second out. Gomez will advance to third.
All right, Blaster fans, let's turn the noise of welcoming up your right fielder, number 20.
Mark Kruger steps into the box now. Kruger is 0 for 1 today. He walked in the second and came around to score. Respectable crowd here in Joplin. First pitch to Kruger. That's a fastball that finds the zone. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 0-1 from Holman. Kruger goes swinging for 1 in the dirt, comes up empty, no balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Runner on third for Joplin as they still cling to their 4-2 lead. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball is just barely outside. Now the count's 1-2. Small backstop here in Joplin. If anything gets past Swingle, it's going to be a mad dash to the plate with Gomez on third. That ball will bounce right back. The 1-2 is down in the dirt. Kruger comes up swinging and empty as Swingle applies the tag. Joplin gets a man to third. They strain him there on the walk. Other than that, David Holman throwing gas. As Kansas City still trails 4-2 through 5 complete here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network as Brett Wiley steps into the box. Brandon Tierney giving instructions to De La Cruz again. Whatever Tierney's been telling De La Cruz has worked as Wiley is 0 for 2 today. Brandon Tierney and Brett Wiley were 2 close friends during Tierney's time in Kansas City. First pitch is a breaking ball high, 1-0. But guess what, Brandon Tierney? This is a brand new Brett Wiley. He is coming on hot this season, being named a Point Streak League Player of the Week last week. He's currently riding a 4-game hitting streak. The 2-0 to Wiley, and Wiley fouls it back down the left field line, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 from De La Cruz. Wiley fouls it off the bottom of the bat, and now the count is even at 2. De La Cruz taking his time on the mound. Here comes the 2-2. Wiley gets under and pops it straight in the air. Valentine looking for it, but it'll come out. And we'll stay here even at 2. Brett Wiley getting set for the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Wiley has 4 home runs in 26 RBIs this season. Here comes the 2-2. It's high, and now the count is drawn full. On deck for Kansas City is number 10, Jake Blackwood. Here comes the 3-2. Wiley fouls it back and out of play. It will remain here full. Sun beginning to set here at Joe Becker Stadium. Interested to see if we'll still see David Holman heading back out there for the 6th. The 3-2, Wiley fouls it off again. He'll remain alive, full. And that's one thing that we've seen differently from Brett Wiley later on in the season, is that he is battling plenty more at the bag. De La Cruz steps off the mound, tosses the ball to the dugout because he doesn't like it. Wiley steps out the same. Here comes the payoff pitch from De La Cruz. Wiley fouls it back. Guess what? It will remain full. Jake Blackwood still on deck. The 3-2, Wiley fouls back yet again. Brett Wiley battling to lead off this inning, seeing a lot of pitches from De La Cruz. He came in. Throwing 61. And Wiley is already forcing him to throw 10. 3 balls, 2 strikes. De La Cruz steps and fires. Payoff pitch. Finds the outside half. Wiley knew it right when it came, and he goes down looking. He's 0 for 3 today. Still a successful at-bat in the eyes of John Mazzarelli. Even though it was a strikeout, Wiley still saw 11 pitches. Jake Blackwood comes up to bat now. Blackwood is 1 for 2. That one being a huge one with a solo home run in the first inning. First pitch to Blackwood is low, 1-0. And that home run by Blackwood was a no-doubter that he sent to left field. The 1-0 finds the outer half, 1-1. De La Cruz looking mighty fine in this matchup today against Kansas City. He's only allowed 3 hits, 2 of those going to Vladimir Frias, the other one being the solo home run by Jake Blackwood. The 1-1 from De La Cruz. Blackwood checks a swing. Home first place umpire says he does not go. Now he's ahead, 2-1. Two and one to Blackwood. Blackwood gets under it and sends it to center field. Glasser goes into shallow right, but Kruger weighs him up and brings it in for the quick second out. Anthony Gallus steps in now for the T-Bones. Gallus is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out today. First pitch to Gallus is a changeup that finds the zone, 0-1. De La Cruz stutters and comes to the plate. Fastball in on his hands. He sends that to right field. Glasser will bring it in, and Kansas City is sent down in order for the third time today. De La Cruz looking fine in this appearance. And we'll go to the home half of the sixth and see the 7-8, the 8-9 and 1 hitter for the Blasters here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network as the T-Bones trail 4-2.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. T-Bones trail 4-2 as we get set for the home half of the sixth. Alex Polston will lead things off here for the Blasters. Polston is 0 for 1 today after reaching on an error in the second inning by Sergio Leon. He was walked in the fourth and then came around to score. First pitch from Holman is a breaking ball that cuts a little too much outside, 1-0. Polston lines a shot to left field, and he'll be on to the leadoff single. That'll bring up Casey Huth. The former West Virginia Mountaineer has had a productive day, hitting a sac fly RBI in the second, and then singling in the fourth as he's 1 for 1 today. That's all coming out of the 9-hole. David Holman allowing the most productivity from this team to come out of the 9-hole today. David Holman, the former Seattle Mariners farmhand. Runner goes, Huth fouls it back. No balls, 1 strike. Holman checks on Polston at first. Could have guessed that one with Polston running. 0-1 from Holman. Huss shows bunt, sends it down the first baseline. Holman gets it in his glove, then pops out, and Casey Huff will advance on the error. It'll go down as a sacrifice E1. And bringing the top of the lineup, Sean Smith. Smith is 1 for 3 today with a solo home run in the first. He also reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth, but was ultimately stranded at second. First pitch to Smith as both runners go. He grounds to Frias at short. Runner's already at second. Frias has no choice but to throw to first and get Smith out for the first out of the inning. Mitch Glasser finds his way into the box for the Blasters. Glasser is 1 for 3 today with an RBI single in the second. He also reached on the fielder's choice in the fourth, but was stranded at first. The 4-2 to Glasser. First pitch strike is in there. Holman taking his time on the mound, finally comes set. The 0-1 is fired home, and it's low. Blocked by Swingle, still gets over his head. Runners don't advance as he found it quickly with this small backstop. The count is now even at 1. Count is even at 1 to Glasser. Steve Swingle being a very reliable backstop today for Kansas City and all season for that matter. He's let 2 balls get behind him, but recovered quickly. The 1-1. Glasser sends to center field. Massey waiting for it. Runner tags at third. Massey fires it in. Close play at the bag. Swingle gets his close tag, and he is out at home as Tyler Massey picks up the outfield assist for the third and final out. So that strong throw gets him. Great tag by Steve Swingle as David Holman only has his defense to thank for getting him out of trouble as the T-Bones still trail 4-2 through 6 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Live today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. The hero of the last inning, Tyler Massey, with the strong throw from center field, doubles up the sacrifice attempt. He's the first one to come to bat today. Massey is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. First pitch from De La Cruz finds the zone. Massey's behind. No balls, one strike. The 0-1 from De La Cruz is low and just inside, and now the count is even at 1. Kansas City with the momentum thanks to Tyler Massey from that throw from center field. They're going to stand a chance. Now's the time. They trail 4-2 here in the 7th. 1-1. It is just outside. Massey ahead. 2 balls, 1 strike. Massey, the former football recruit from his hometown of Chattanooga, Tennessee, a defensive back that had offers from SEC powers Auburn, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Arkansas. The 2-1 finds the outer half. The count's even at 2. Massey, of course, electing to play baseball after he was drafted in the 14th round by the Colorado Rockies. Here comes the 2-2 to Massey. Massey fouls it down the third baseline and out of play. It will remain here even at 2. Here comes the 2-2 from De La Cruz. And it's outside, and that draws the count full. On deck for Kansas City is number 1, Starlin Rodriguez. Here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff pitch is low, and Massey walks, putting the fastest T-Bone on base as he's currently tied for the team lead with 11 stolen bases to lead off the 7th. That brings up Starlin Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning and came around to score. Gabe Suarez will head out to the mound. Can't tell if there's going to be a pitching change yet. It does not appear so. De La Cruz only sitting at 85 pitches in the 7th, and he's thrown a magnificent game, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, and he's going to stay in the game while walking 1 and striking out 6. De La Cruz had been struggling this season so far, coming in with an ERA above 10. Starlin Rodriguez comes on now with 1 on. Rodriguez steps in. De La Cruz comes set. First pitch is low and inside, and Rodriguez is ahead early, 1-0. The 1-0 count to Rodriguez as he steps back in. Rodriguez fouls it off down the right field line. The count's now even at 1. Rodriguez taking his time getting back in the box after he struck out in the 4th. He appeared a little gimpy as that sent him down to his knees. He gets back up. Rodriguez grounds to short. Polston to Glasser for the 6-4-3 double play. as Rodriguez goes down. Massey gets up gingerly and jogs back to the dugout. That'll empty the bases for the most prolific hitter for Kansas City today, Vladimir Frias, who's 2 for 2.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Vladimir Frias.
Vladimir Frias with 2 singles in the 2nd and the 5th. Frias shows bunt on the first pitch and fouls it off. Frias, of course, having plenty of speed as he picked up a stolen base today to tie for the team lead with Tyler Massey at 11. Frias steps off, not liking what he's seen from De La Cruz. With the count, no balls, 1 strike. The 0-1, Frias sends out to second baseman. Glasser fields it cleanly and fires over for the 3rd and final out as the T-Bones get one on a walk, but he's out on the double play as they go down in order and trail 4-2 as we go to stretching here in the 7th inning stretch on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We have a new pitcher into the game for the T-Bones, closing the door on David Holman's day. The tall righty came in and threw 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned while walking 3 and striking out 3. If the T-Bones still maintain losing right now, Holman will be on the hook for the loss. John Kovalik comes in now for the T-Bones. Kovalik coming over from Gary South Shore to complete the trade that sent Richard Castillo to South Shore. Kovalik is a rookie. He is a native of Aurora, Ohio. He may be small on the mound at 5'10", 180 pounds. He was not drafted out of Slippery Rock University of Pennsylvania. During his time with Gary South Shore, he had an ERA of 2.92 in 10 appearances, which came out to 12 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 13 while walking 5. First pitch is a called strike to Geraldo Valentin. Kovalik comes in. During his stats with the T-Bones, he's got a 5.41 ERA and 3 1/3 innings pitched. Total on the season, he's 1-0. So the next pitch is outside, 1-1. Total on the season, he's 1-0 with an ERA of 4.09 and 20 appearances coming out at 22 innings pitched. He struck out 15 while walking 11. Valentin sends that to right center. Rodriguez closing in on it and brings it in for the quick first out. That brings up Charlie Valerio. Valerio is 1 for 3. After he doubled clear back in the first inning. First pitch to Valerio. He shows bunt. Pops it in the air. Leon closing on it. Not close enough, and that'll drop foul. As they have the shift on, overpowering to the right side. He tried to lay one down to the left, and wisely so, but it just goes foul. As I'm sure we'll see Sergio Leon covering closer to the line. And it looks like he's going to head out to about where the shortstop is. Wouldn't be surprised if Valerio shows again. The 0-1, Valerio doesn't show a bunt. He swings and comes up empty at 1 in the dirt, and he's behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Thankfully, Joplin no longer has outfielder Willie Cabrera as the 0-2 is fouled back. Will remain 0-2. Willie Cabrera hit 2 home runs at Kansas City on June 21st. Again, the T-Bones ended up winning 16-11 in a wild matchup. I saw the Blasters record 15 hits. Kansas City T-Bones 16 hits. 2 days before that, Cabrera also drove in 5 runs against the T-Bones as Valerio right field line over the jumping glove of Blackwood. Rodriguez covers it quickly and gets it into second. Valerio will have to remain at first. Now batting for Joplin is Edwin Gomez. Gomez is 0 for 2 today. He was walked in his last appearance before being stranded on third. He also struck out today. Like I was saying about Willie Cabrera, as Gomez sends out to center field, Massey barely has to move, and he'll bring it in for the second out. Cabrera had the T-Bones numbers in the previous matchup, and thankfully, on July 7th, the same day that Brandon Tierney was sent to Joplin, Willie Cabrera was traded to Winnipeg for a player to be named later. Brandon Tierney comes on now. Tierney is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. On the first pitch of that at bat, he also came around to score. First pitch to Tierney is inside, 1-0. Tierney, of course, having the John Cena music. That got the T-Bones fans all jacked up, and now it gets the Blasters fans all jacked up. I asked Tierney about that earlier in the year. He said that he never really watched wrestling before, but then attended WrestleMania, because that one's inside, 2-0. and he enjoyed it. And he saw John Cena come out. He said that the music just got everybody out of their seat, and he wanted that same effect. And he's gotten that effect in Kansas City. He's gotten it so far at this respectable crowd in Joplin. Kovalek comes set. Here comes the 2-0. It's in the dirt. Kovalek is behind. 3 balls, no strikes. Brandon Tierney is a dangerous hitter. At this point, you'd almost think about just pitching around him. But Mark Kruger hasn't really shown that much in the league so far. And I say that, not in the sense that he hasn't shown much talent, but he hasn't shown many at-bats. From what I've seen, he hits the ball hard, and that's not what you want, as Tierney walks on 4 pitches with that one inside. That may not be the worst move I've ever seen, as Mark Kruger comes on with runners on first and second and 2 down.
Glasgow fans, here he is, your right fielder, number 27, Mark Kruger.
First and second, 2 outs. Romero single, he's on second. Tierney walks, he's on first. Bottom 7, 4-2 Blasters.
Kovalek comes set, checks on the runners, and fires home. First pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. Kovalek been all over the strike zone, really. I was actually outside of it in the previous 2 at-bats. Here comes the 1-0. Kruger swings on it and fouls it off, and he's behind. Well, even now at 1. Kovalek comes set. Here comes the 1-1. Kruger grounds sharply to Blackwood. Blackwood will underhand it to Kovalek. Close play at the bag. And Kruger goes down as Joplin gets 2 on. They strand them both as the T-Bones still trail 4-2 as we head to the 8th here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We have a former T-Bone on the mound for Joplin and Keith Picked. That officially ends the day for Alex De La Cruz as he went 7 deep, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, while walking 1 and striking out 6. And after that stellar day, he is still on the hook for the win. Keith Pick comes into the game now for Joplin. He is 1-1 on the season with an ERA of 1.91 and 33 innings pitched. He struck out 37 while walking 18. He is out of Emporia State University as the first pitch is across to Swingle. Swingle swings for it, comes up empty, and he's behind. No balls, 1 strike. During Keith Pick's rookie season with the T-Bones, he went 0-1 with an ERA of 4.58 and 17 2/3 innings pitched. He picked up a save and struck out 9 while walking 10. Next pitch is inside to Swingle, and we're now even at 1. Alex De La Cruz picking an unfortunate time for the T-Bones as that pitch is in the dirt, 2-1, to have his first considered quality start of the season, as he had come into today with an ERA that was well above 10. 2-1 to Swingle. The 2-1 is outside, and now Swingle has a pitch to play with, ahead 3-1. Kansas City has 3 hits today with 2 runs, while Joplin has 4 runs on 6 hits. Kansas City has also helped them out, committing 2 errors. One by Sergio Leon, the other by David Holman. Here comes the 3-1 to Swingle, and it's right down the middle. Swingle keeps the bat on his shoulder, and the count is now full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Picked. Swingle lines it foul into the net, or else that would have been a very bad day for a fan. It will remain here full. Left-handed hitting Swingle, going up against the righty Picked. Payoff pitch from Picked. Finds the inner half. Swingle doesn't like it, but he goes down looking for the first out. Swingle walking back, not happy with the call still, but Sergio Leon will come in and try to mend the fence. Leon is 0 for 2 today with the strikeout of his own. Leon steps in the box. Picked working quickly. First pitch is outside. Leon goes swinging for it and comes up empty. No balls, 1 strike. Leon officially replaced by Joplin with Brandon Tierney, as they've been trying to scour the T-Bones roster for new blasters all year, finally getting one that they want. Fastball's out in the outer half. Leon is now behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 from Picked. And Leon goes swinging for one in the other batter's box and comes up empty for the second straight strikeout of the inning and the second out. Top of the order, Tyson Gilly up to bat. Gilly is 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts in the first and the third. Then he launched a ball to left field that was brought in by Huth. That was in the 5th. First pitch to Gillies is low. He comes up swinging and comes up empty. No balls, 1 strike. Kansas City rolled into town from Laredo at about 1 o'clock. And really, we did nothing after that. The 0-1. Gillies fouls it down the third baseline as it comes back fair. Tierney tries to bear it in. It's by him. Gillies goes halfway down the line at first and then sees it. And they're going to call that an error on Brandon Tierney as Tyson Gillies puts a runner on with 2 down. As Joplin has now committed an error, as the T-Bones still lead in that category 2-1. But what that does accomplish is put Brett Wiley at the plate. Although Wiley is 0 for 3 today, it's only a matter of time before he gets on base. To this point, it's almost a guarantee each time Wiley steps into the box, each day at least, that he will find that he will get on base at least once. First pitch from Picked is right down Broadway. Wiley leaves the bat on his shoulder. First pitch strike. Kansas City Royals just lost in the first game back from the All-Star break, dropping to the Tigers 4-2 as Wiley fouls that back, and he's behind. No balls, 2 strikes. I'm sure Brandon Tierney out at third doesn't really care where he's playing this year. I mean, he'll care to an extent. I'm sure he's just happy to have a home field. Last year with the Frontier Grays, the Grays did not have a home field, so each game that he played was on the road. He said that was his favorite part about Kansas City, was that he finally had a home plate. I'm sure he loves that just as much here at Joe Becker Stadium. The 0-2 is high, bringing Valerio out of his stance. 1-2. Brett Wiley, a top 10 hitter in the league at .331, obviously leads the team as well. He's behind 1-2, a 2 down, and a runner on first. Pick delivers the 1-2, and it finds the outer half just barely. Wiley doesn't like it, but he goes down looking for the second time in a row as Kansas City gets a runner on an error by Brandon Tierney, and they strand him on. And we'll go to the home half of the 8th. T-Bones trailing 4-2 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. The day is done for John Kovalik, who came in and pitched 1 inning of relief, giving up 1 hit and walking 1. Did not allow a run or strike anybody out. That opens the door for Brett Zawacki. Zawacki, the former 12th round pick, couldn't get that out, by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 2007 draft at a LaSalle, Peru Township High School in LaSalle, Illinois. The 27-year-old right-handed flamethrower spent time in the St. Louis Cardinals organization, obviously, with the Florida Marlins as well, and with the Miami Marlins. The highest level he reached was AA, and that was in 2011 with Springfield, which is about 45 minutes from Joplin. Last season with Gateway is where Zawacki pitched in the Frontier League. He went 4-1 with an ERA of 1.99 in 18 appearances. He picked up 5 saves in 22 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 27, walking 6, pardon me. First batter that he'll face is Alex Polston. First pitch to Polston is low in the zone. Polston swings on and misses. No balls, 1 strike. Polston is 1 for 3 today. 1 for 2, pardon me. He's reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances, scoring a run as well. Next pitch is outside. Counts now even at 1. So far this season, Zawacki is 0 for 2 with an ERA of 7.98. In 29 and 3rd inning pitch, he struck out 28 while walking 17. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1. I tried to say he went, but I didn't even see him flinch. Neither did the umpire, 2-1. Polston fouls the next pitch off, and it's now 2-2. Zawacki's best season came in 2014, where he saw time with Southern Illinois, Joliet, and Gateway, all of the Frontier League. Combined, he went 4-4 with an ERA of 2.70 and 50 innings pitched. He picked up a save along the way, even making 2 starts, striking out 40 and walking 21. The 2-2 is low in the zone. And they tried to say that Polston went. I'm not going to disagree, but he goes down swinging for the first out. Alex Polston, to be honest, the bat barely left his shoulder. I don't think he went around, but the first base umpire says he does, and I'm not going to disagree with that quick out.
Number 17, Casey Huth.
That opens the door for Casey Huth, the first time he's come up to bat today without runners on base. Huth has also reached in his 2 official at-bats. Huth, since it's pitched down the right field line, Rodriguez closing on it, but it drops. Huth going for 2. Rodriguez gets to it quickly, fires it in, and Casey Huth is in there with a 1-out stand-up double. And the scary truth is, the top of the lineup is back up in the name of Sean Smith. Sean Smith, coming off of a torn ACL, has looked good in the leadoff hole. He's 1 for 4 today with a solo home run clear back in the first. He also reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th.
Here he is. Welcome up your center fielder, number 1, Sean Smith.
Old man Smith steps in against Brett Zawacki with a runner on second and 1 down. First pitch to Smith is low, 1-0. Zwacky looks at the runner, fires home with the 1-0. Breaking ball, it's right down Broadway. The count's now even at 1. The 1-1 from Zwacky is low and inside, and the count's now 2-1. Sean Smith ahead. Someone you don't want to get ahead is the leadoff hitter in any baseball team, really ever. And Brett Zwacky allowing that with the runner on second and 1 down. Here comes the 2-1 from Zwacky. And it's outside, blocked by Swingle. 3-1. Swingle goes way out of the zone. Not sure if his momentum carried him or if he did it on purpose. That's an old trick from John Mazzarelli, the former catcher in the Cleveland Indians organization. But he took off, was about to the screen. I think he tried to make it look like it got past him, then was going to throw. Casey Huth out at third. Huth doesn't bite. 3-1 count to Smith. The Smith has a pitch to play with. Here comes the 3-1 from Zwacky. Smith fouls it off and out of play. The count's now full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Zwacky. It's inside, blocked by Swingle, and Smith will walk. One out, Mitch Glasser comes to the plate. Glasser with a very similar stat line to Sean Smith, minus the home run, as Glasser is 1 for 4, picking up an RBI. He also reached on fielder's choice in the 4th inning, which is the same time that Sean Smith did. He comes on now with runners on first and second with 1 down. Here in the bottom of the 8th is the T-Bones trail 4-2. Both runners go on the first pitch from Zwacky. Swingle to third. He gets Huth out, and they call it safe as Casey Huth was gunned down by a mile. Third base umpire calls him safe. Sergio Leon, the most soft-spoken person, says, "Are you kidding me?" Brett Zwacky the same. And that'll be runners on second and third with 1 down after the botched call by this umpire's crew once again, as they did it multiple times in Laredo. 1 ball, no strikes to Glasser. One over from Zwacky's inside, called strike. Trent Delmont trying to make up for the rest of his crew. Won't be good enough. Counts now even at 1. Zwacky looking at the runner that shouldn't be on third. 1-1 count. Outside, 2-1. I think the biggest shock out of all that is John Mazzarelli didn't find his way up the steps out of the dugout to go stand up for his catcher after Steve Swingle did everything perfectly, throwing Casey Huth out by a mile, but was eventually called safe. 2-1 from Zwacky. Glasser bloops it into shallow right field. That'll score 1. Starlin Rodriguez rounding. He falls down, and both runs score as the ball fell out of Rodriguez's glove. Rodriguez gets up slowly as Mitch Glasser picks up a 2-run single. That gives Joplin insurance runs as they now lead 6-2. Terrible call by Jerry Martinez. Scores 2 for Joplin.
keep the noise going by
They're going to call that a single and an error on Starlin Rodriguez.
Gerardo Valentin.
It's the third error of the game for the T-Bones. 1-0 count now to Valentin. To Valentin. Valentin swinging with the breaking pitch, and now he's got the count even at 1. Valentin is 0 for 4 today. T-Bones keeping him in check, as he's the only blaster that hasn't reached base today. A 1-1. Valentin fouls it back. Now he's behind 1-2. Valentin typically finds himself swinging the bat and making contact, getting himself on base. But today, David Holman and Brett Zawacki doing a fantastic job not allowing that. Throw in John Kovalik to that as well. 1-2 to Valentin. Here comes a 1-2 from Zawacki. Valentin goes low for it. Off the mound. Frias plays it. He fires to first. Gets stuck in his glove. And Valentin reaches. On the single. And now every blaster has seen the bag today. That one could have gone either way. You could have either called that an error on Frias or a single. But I think the right call is to go ahead and give the blasters a single. Charlie Valerio steps in now. There are 4 holds, runners on the corner, and 1 down. Valerio is 2 for 4 today with a double and a single, and he singled in the 7th and doubled in the 1st. First pitch to Valerio is low, 1-0. The 1-0. Valerio sends that over Leon's leaping glove at third into left field, and that'll score another run as Joplin extends their lead 7-2 off the RBI single from Charlie Valerio. And Bill Stobie will come out and talk to a struggling righty. And I'm going to take a break as well here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Edwin Gomez comes on now with runners on first and second and 1 out. Brett Zawacki still out there as the T-Bones trail 7-2. First pitch is from Zawacki is fouled back and out of play, 0-1 to Gomez. So far this inning, Joplin's picked up 3 runs and 4 hits with 1 T-Bones error. Inning still not over with 1 out and runners on first and second with the designated hitter out of the 5-hole, Edwin Gomez up to bat. Gomez is 0 for 3 today. He walked in the 5th. Up and away from Zawacki. Counts now even a 1. All 3 of these runs against Brett Zawacki are earned. The 1-1. Gomez rolls it over to Blackwood at first. Blackwood can only take the 1 out as he'll touch the bag unassisted for the second out. Runners both advance to second and third. Now John Cena comes up to bat. T-Bones have yet to see John Cena as he's 0 for 2 today with a run scored. If you don't know who John Cena is, that's Brandon Tierney. Former T-Bone Brandon Tierney with a chance to stick it to his former team with the runners on second and third and 2 down. Brett Zawacki has a chance to strike out his former teammate. Let's see who wins. Zawacki comes set, pitching out of the stretch. First pitch, called strike. Zawacki with the early lead. The 0-1 from Zawacki. He sets and fires. Fastball in the outer half. He takes the early large deficit in this matchup with Tierney as Brett Zawacki looks to finish him. Here comes the 0-2 from Zawacki. Fastball high and slightly outside, 1-2. Thundersticks night couldn't have been more annoying for this series opener. They're directly below me as Tierney grounds softly to Frias at short. Frias to Blackwood for the third out, as the damage was done in the 8th, as Joplin scores 3 runs on 4 hits with 1 T-Bones there as they strand 2 on. The T-Bones trail 7-2, coming up with their last chance, going to the top of the 9th here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam Kane filling in for Nathan Moore. T-Bones look to come up with their final chance as they trail 7-2 heading into the ninth. We'll see the heart of the lineup. There are 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Kansas City: Blackwood, Gallus, and Massey. New pitcher into the game for Joplin, Robbie Romero. First pitch to Blackwood is a called strike. So far today, Blackwood is 1 for 3 with a solo home run in the first. Robbie Romero is a rookie out of Oklahoma City University. The 0-1 is low, and the count's now even a 1. So far this season, Romero is 0-2 with a .587 ERA in 4 appearances. That comes out to 7 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out and walked 3. And his last outing against Wichita on the 13th, he pitched 2 1/3 and gave a run that was earned while allowing 2 hits and walking 1. The 1-1 is a breaking ball in the outer half, called strike, 1-2. That closes the door on Keith Picht. Picht went 1 inning and struck out all 3. One, 2 to Blackwood. Romero fires, and Blackwood goes down swinging for the first out. Anthony Gallus comes to bat now for the T-Bones. Gallus is 0 for 3 today out of the 4-hole. First pitch to Blackwood is in the dirt, 1-0. Robbie Romero also spent some time in Kansas at Friends University. As Gallus swings at one in the dirt, and he's behind, 1-2. And Gallus falls behind now, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 to Gallus. Robbie Romero comes set and fires. 1-2 is a fastball in the dirt, and that'll even the count now at 2. Here comes the 2-2 from Romero. Gallus gets just enough of it to foul it off, and will remain here even at 2. The 2-2 to Gallus. Once again, as Romero comes set, once again, fires once again. It's in the dirt. And the count's now full as Romero's giving Gallus a breathing chance. On deck for Kansas City is number 3, Tyler Massey. T-Bones trail 7-2 in the ninth. They've picked up 3 hits today while allowing 3 errors. Payoff pitch from Romero. And Gallus checks his swing. They say he goes, and he goes down swinging for the second out. Second strikeout of the inning for Romero. Second strikeout of the game for Robbie Romero. Tyler Massey comes up to bat now for the T-Bones. Massey is 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th. First pitch to Massey. Swings at one in the zone. Comes up empty. He's behind. No balls, 1 strike. As you can feel the fans here in Joplin as they get set to see a Joplin win if the T-Bones go down here. No balls, 1 strike to Massey. It's outside, but called strike. No balls, 2 strike. He doesn't like it. Got a few words for Trent Delmont.
Let's make some noise!
Fans get loud here, and they all stand up at the 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 from Romero, and Massey fouls it off and hits Starlin Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. That's the second time in 2 days that a T-Bones personnel has been hit by a foul ball, as John West took a foul ball to the eye yesterday in Laredo. West is fine. He's just got some deep bruising around his eye, and it looks like somebody might have hit him with a baseball bat. Here comes the 0-2 again to Massey. It's high and away. Now it's 1-2 to Romero. Romero comes up to 1-2, the crowd quiet. Massey sends it to right field, tailing foul and out of play, and we'll stay here at 1-2. Sixth pitch of the at-bat on the way from Romero with the 1-2 count. Tyler Massey battling, not giving up. And you wouldn't expect that from a team managed by John Nazarelli. Here comes the 1-2 inside. Now the count is even at 2. Romero at the 2-2. Low and away, and now the count is full to Tyler Massey. On deck for Kansas City is number 1, Starlin Rodriguez. Rodriguez, of course, hit by the foul ball earlier in this at-bat. He appears to be 100% ready to go. Here comes the payoff pitch from Romero. Massey gets under and sends it to center field. Sean Smith charging. He'll call it off and bring it in as the T-Bones drop the first game of this series, 7-2. We'll be back shortly with a full post game here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Stay tuned for that as the T-Bones fall 7-2 in the series opener. Be right back here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
That great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. The T-Bones drop in the series opener 7-2 to the Joplin Blasters. Picking up the win for the Blasters is Alex De La Cruz, as he is now 1-3 on the season. He pitched 7 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, while walking 1 and striking out 6. He got plenty of help from his bullpen, from Keith Pick and Romero. They both combined for 2 innings pitched, no hits, no walks, no runs, and 5 strikeouts. Kansas City cannot say the same as David Holman takes the loss, dropping his record to 3-4 on the season. He pitched 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, while walking 3 and striking out 3. John Kovalik then came in and pitched an inning, gave up a hit and walked 1. He did not allow a run or strike anybody out as he had a productive day. Brett Zawacki came in and pitched 1, and he gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned and walked 1 and struck out 1. He did not get any help from Jerry Martinez, as Casey Huth was out by a mile at third, but they called him safe, and Huth eventually came around to score in that inning. Kansas City also only picked up 3 hits and gave up 3 errors. Joplin had their 7 runs, giving up 10 hits and 1 error. This drops Kansas City to 24-30 on the season and improves Joplin to 17-36. Both teams still in last place in their respective divisions. We'll be back here tomorrow at the same time as Josh Hodges will take the mound for the T-Bones. Hodges, of course, a former Joplin Blaster, as we sent him over on July 7th for Brandon Tierney. Sam King will be on the call for that tomorrow as well on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. You're going to want to stick tuned to that one. And this is Sam King officially signing off and telling you to stay safe out there, and thank you for listening.
This game on the T-Bones Broadcast Network was brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Tune in online all season to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Click on the Watch Live or Listen Live buttons at TBonesBaseball.com. T-Bones Baseball, that's fun. Well done.